So I was compiling my kernel, I was doing an LFS, Linux from scratch. But I decided that this article was too good to pass up, and it's probably too late now, but I don't care, I'm gonna go for it, because I read it like 2 to 3 days ago, and it was kind of unhinged. So I want to go ahead and read it, because this is just too good. So here's what is a furry. Totally isn't biased in any way, shape, or form. Couldn't be. It's by Fox. Fox is the most trustworthy news organization out there. So, let me just read it. Tenured professor from Boston College assigned students to make their own fursonas and invited furries as visitors to his beast literature class last week, according to tweets and the course website. Christopher Polt, an associate professor specializing in Latin literature, tweeted photos on February 23rd of a classroom with furries. People who dress as animals and take on fictionary personas. with an image that's just way too good. Like, look at this. This is the most amazing class I've ever had. He's very prideful. This is the most amazing class I've ever had. He tweeted with a photo of the furries sitting at the desks in a classroom. And of course another video, what is a furry, which is the same one right here. He also tweeted a photo of a cake that with the words, "Sorry for making you furries. Since my students all made their own personas, I brought them traditional cake," the tweet read. I'm a college professor cheering on this great American pushback against woke education. According to Boston College's website, Polt earned his PhD from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and has taught courses on ancient and modern comedy, nature and environment in an ancient world, various language courses, and more. On Feb 28, Polt tweeted a screenshot of anonymous posts. Why is BC funding a furry? Students thinking I'm a weirdo is nothing near that's been my brand since preschool, and I don't especially care. No. He's got some balls. The gap between how wholesome and positive my furry class days actually were and how degenerate and meaningless outsiders imagined they were is breathtakingly funny and sad. One Twitter user asked Polt if he was gonna find a way to include fandom furry content in his course. He responded that the class would have fuzzy guest visitors and that his students will be making their own personas. Ultimate respect here. Beast literature. So this is about beast literature and somehow it relates to personas in some way, which I'm absolutely completely puzzled by. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I respect it, but at the same time it doesn't make any sense. Ancient Greece and Rome, medieval Europe, and the contemporary world. Contemporary. College students urge others to take pride in faith, ditch social media for God. Cool to be a Christian. From Mother Goose's fairy tales to Disney films and furries, we imagine non-human animals often speaking as humans do. But what are we saying when we use animals to talk about one and another? And what does art and literature featuring articulate animals say about our attitudes towards both human and non-human animals and the lines we draw between them? Oh jeez, this is a long article, what the hell. A content warning. sensitive, uncomfortable, and disturbing, graphic physical and sexual violence, gender, sex, and sexuality, religious matters, etc. That's not a very good content warning on your syllabus. Like, isn't there like a review process? Because this person is from Boston, but does it say which college is it? Oh, Boston College. So doesn't Boston College actually have like a review process? Check over the syllabus. Because that content warning is a warning when it shouldn't have a warning at all. It's weird. It's stupid. Like, if you're gonna talk about furries, I get it, that isn't the problem. You have to connect it into like the actual main point of what you're teaching. If you had like a furry class, right? You were teaching about furries in the first place. You're gonna have to like, you have to talk about furries. But what's the connection there? Because you're just talking about beast literature. Each week you have to choose some aspect of your relationships or experiences with non-human animals, broadly construed, and write a short journey entry on how our discussions or assignments for that week made you rethink that relationship or experience, or else how that relationship or experience actively shapes how you're engaging with that week's course material, the website reads. I'm an early graduate from high school. I'm just gonna make that clear. And this is just weird. You have to have some level of privacy. And this teacher is obviously not caring about privacy. They're caring more about the furry ideal things, which I don't agree with. He's not really being a good representation of the furry fandom at all. I don't agree with this. This is stupid, unhinged, and weird. Furries aren't weird, but the way you go about it can be weird. Okay, this is the point. Sexy beasts and dog saints and lambs of God, the golden A, double asterisk 3, gender and control. What the fuck? I really should have just continued compiling LFS. I'm a furry, and this is just giving me brain rot. I'm done. I can't. This is just too stupid.